Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. Internet, wherever you're coming from, thank you much for being tuned and locked in. And we're going to be starting this kind of the video early in the morning, Toko Maveras. And we're going to be starting this kind of the video one-on-one live. We're going to be starting with our ma. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Uko fiti? Kila kitu iko chonjo. I appreciate and I always recognize the dignity and also the fraternity of each and every kind of the person who is available onto this kind of the site. And I'm going to be talking about welcome back, as we're going to be checking where we have just reached and where we're going to be getting to, as everything going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and everything is just getting on as usual, as the way we're going to be progressing and making it happen, because everything is going to be coming as the way we have ever been talking about. Oh, we have slept this way, going to be coming to the same way. So guys, today we're going to be at this kind of the foundation. You can now see how bulky it is and how it's going to be consuming a lot of materials at this kind of the site. And you understand, whenever it comes to the construction of this kind of the houses here, you have to understand that the hardcore is going like a safari ride. You can now see how it's just framed here, and now it's going to be developing to be a house. And today it's going to be having a very fantastic way of coming out, which is a so good module. And I think today we're going to be having 3 top masons, and also we have 5 handymen in this kind of the site. Already it's the breakfast. Emra, breakfast, eh? Yeah, so we have the breakfast. Mutigirani para piangu chabari kunywa, eh? Yeah, mbili. Two. Ndizi mbili. Tafadhali. Kila mtu apate tafadhali, eh? Yeah, so you guys are going to be having some tea here, and it's at the courtesy of me to make sure that I'm going to be preparing. It's the same way as I continue with my work at home, the same way I feed them at home, the same way you're going to be feeding here. Because when you understand that Gintu is Gintu, I don't have that, oh, this is home, this is not home. Gintu is Gintu wherever I am, and that's why you can now see we have the breakfast. It's a bit around 9 to 10 right now here, and now the house is going to be now having a frame, and everybody going to now talk about how it's going to be coming. So I think from this kind of the module, it's going to be very nice in a way that tomorrow maybe we're going to be starting to lay down, talk about the brick foundation, and also to make sure that it's going to be having some of the sections and the cubes as we're going to be having it coming out. So we have Magapo is here. Magapo, mambo vipi? Mambo iko chonjo? Hata huu nataka kuchape maunenge. Mambo vipi?
Breakfast.
Kila kitu iko chonjo. Unapona kidogo?
Naenda
sasa ni at least, eh? Exactly. Today we have Magapo at the site, and today it's not the wife again, and the wife is now still at the hospital to check about the children who are there. And I appreciate much of the people supporting us, but yesterday I never received anybody talking about Gintu. Can we continue with this one here? But I appreciate much of the people talking about Gintu. Let's press incoming, and whatever small we're going to be having, we're going to be laying it down to make sure that everything going to be getting on and on and on. Kila mtu amepata? Kila mtu atapata ndizi? Exactly. So everybody should get 2 bananas. That's at least what I can just offer to the society right now. And we understand at home also have some of the people are just doing the same work, and this kind of the site also. And so we have to make sure that I'm catering for each and every kind of the person. That's my hospitality, and I appreciate it. Magapo hajapata? Oh, zimeisha? Oh. Lakini usijali. So everything is so fantastic, guys, and already we are at the site, and I appreciate about what I can just see, and the work is progressing, which is the best way for what is even each kind of the person is looking forward to talk about. Is the construction moving, is everything moving from one area to another area, which is making it happening and making it very fantastic at this kind of the site. So wagwan. So the best way for us to go is to make sure that everything is put in the position and everything is just put where it's necessary. So I've checked another work was already being oriented here. I think about it's the well, which is the borehole here. And I'm going to be checking about it, how everything is just moving, because already we are done with the toilet. Now we're going to be checking about the borehole here. We want to have water, because guys, we can now consider about buying water, bringing water, paying much of the tuk-tuk to bring this kind of the water. So having a bit of a headache a bit. So we're going to be developing our own well here, but already they have reached where... Hey. Guys, already they are in stones. So are we moving here? Already they are just using some of the metals here to hit the stones. I don't know if things here are bad. Things here are bad. I don't know why. Why was it there about not having such kind of the character of the stones? But I think this kind of the area, because it's having much of the stones here, that's why I think it's having such kind of a problem. That's what I can just think about from here, because it's not something which is so necessary at this kind of the moment to talk about it's going to be that way. But we talk about we have to go. But they have selected it to have where water is. And we can now see if it's going to be a bit a problem. We shall now see where necessary to have it coming out, because mura hapo tutatoboa. Iko sawa?
Ndio tumeona hapa ni mwamba. Tunaona tukibie pale.
Oh, hapa ni mwamba.
Pale sasa.
Uko na uhakika mwamba hujaenda chini huko? Huko hakuna? Umepima na nini?
Angalia mti, urefu wa mti.
Urefu wa mti? Oh.
Na uone maji.
Oh. So guys, they are talking about in their local way of analyzing that those kind of the trees are so tall, so they have gone perpendicular where the trees are, and whenever it's tall and shiny, it means that that area doesn't have talk about the hard pan down. So I don't know, that's their own way of making it happen. They need money, as what they need is to drill, as the money gonna be coming. That's the best way. For today we're gonna be having much of the work here, and it's gonna be in a finished part, and I appreciate about the work has to continue as normal, as you can now see a bit the hardcore. What I was fearing yesterday is that will it finish this kind of the panel, which is this kind of an area, to the far end. But from the view of how the look is, it's going to take them a bit time. But what I understand is this kind of the hardcore will be enough, even if they're going to be tiny, but they will be placed where necessary. So it will take them a bit longer time for them to complete. Not like it could be a huge stone. It could just sit and it could just take that kind of the position, or take that kind of the space. But the small ones, they're going to be put so many of them to make sure you're going to be coming to the forum on whereby everything will be so fantastic here. So you can see if it could be a bigger stone, it covers a bigger large area, rather than the small ones. They take a smaller area whereby you have to bulk them are many to make sure they're going to be coming something else. So you can now see how framed it is. It means that it is just built with talk about mud, which is the best way it's always. And from this kind of the mud here, the way you can now see, it's bulked together. It cannot do anything, which is stupid here. But the good fact is we're going to plaster them and make sure that we're going to be coating them with a waterproof also, so as there's nothing can just interfere with this kind of the foundation anyhow. So you can now see with where this kind of the foundation is very tall, and that's why we talk about it consumes a lot of the stones here, but everything will just follow its own course. So inside here, we'll just see if we don't have much hardcore, we'll not consider bringing another truck. It will be so expensive to us right this kind of the time. So we'll consider doing some of the matrix, and the people who did much of the mathematics, they understand the matrix that we're going to be coming out from this kind of the position to make sure that everything is set more compatible here. So wait about a bit, and we shall just show you what is necessary. So about water, we're going to be having the guy who was always getting some water, think about is always very punctual. Early in the morning, before even I reach here, I came here and I found already water is onto the spot, and that's very best. And also we don't have much of the people who are tampering with this kind of the materials, because they understand when Gint will ever catch up with you that maybe this kind of the bricks have been this way. So already the bricks are well and everything's just moving good, and you can now see all the materials are the way we left them here. So already the field is now becoming vacant, because the hardcore are the ones that covered a bigger space here, and everything's so fantastic. The good thing is we have some sand, and also we have 20 cements that we're going to be talking about. It's only labor. If you're going to be supporting us, support us to make sure that everything is coming to the site, as we're going to be continuing to make it happen. Whatever small we will be having, we will appreciate and say that kudos and God bless you at this kind of the time, as we're going to be supporting this kind of the people to make sure we're going to be having a permanent solution here. And keep it tuned. I'm still going to be having much of the update coming to you each and every kind of the time, as I'm just waiting for them to take this kind of the cups and the stuffs I've brought them with tea here, so I can just take them home, so it cannot have much of the stuffs colluded at the same place here, so you can just make sure that everything is coming to the fantastic mode. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the things are going to be starting right now as the work continues as normal. The good thing about bringing much of the tea to the site, if they could just get out from here and go to town and drink some tea and come back, they will take all time consuming. That's why I consider bringing much of the tea to the site, to make sure that whenever they just stand up from here, they're going to be continuing with their work, which is cost effective, and also time is always with them, and they will just do better work and making it happen. The luncheon also going to be arriving here to make sure that everything is moving so fantastic. Keep tuned, keep it locked. Guys, we are back to the G Castle. Back again. Whoever feels this is the opportunity for us to check again, the G Castle are going to be shining, already going to be having a good shining pattern coming out, recognizing the humanity at this kind of the time. Hello. Mambo vipi?
Safi.
Kila kitu iko chonjo?
Kila kitu.
Mambo vipi bro?
Poa sana bro.
Safi. So guys, we're going to be having some structures here a bit. It's going to be concreted, and it's going to look like have you ever seen a grave? And this is the stuff that they're going to be putting on top of a grave, eh? But it's something like a concreted slab or a concreted concrete that's going to be placed here to make sure that it's going to be enclosing I'm going to be showing you whenever it comes to the biogas there, and it's part of the biogas team which is making some of the wonders here, and everything going to be so fantastic. They're just doing something called steel bending and steel tightening and bounding them together to make sure you're going to be having a one concentrated or a one good structure that we're going to be talking about, going to be used in terms of the biogas formulation there. So they're having one of the steel cutters here, and is the one who is making sure the measurements are measured carefully, very nice. Mura mambo vipi?
Poa.
Kila kitu kwa chonjo?
Yeah.
Exactly. So the work progresses as normal, and it's the work that it has to go in a complete cycle before you can talk about going to be adding another work on top of it. So the work continues. I'm going to be showing you what whenever they're going to be finishing these ones here, and what are we going to be getting from that kind of the panel. So back to this kind of the stuffs here, and I see the dog here is eating. What are you eating? This is a hoof. Hey, it's eating cow hooves. No problem, let it eat. And we have another gentleman. Hi man.
Hi man.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Everything is nice?
Yes.
So the G Castle has to shine. So today we are in the talk about the walling, and maybe tomorrow but one we shall go to the top, eh? Exactly. So we are on it to make sure that the G Castle is going to be shining, and already I've just met with much of the people talking about Ogitu. Now it's going to be looking like a state house. That is it, which is a state house always white in Kenya. I don't know from your country how it's gonna be, but here state house is white, by the way. That's how everything gonna be coming. So I don't know if they're always skimming only, or they always apply or paint much of the paint to make sure it's gonna be reflecting. So another gentleman, Mambo VP. Mambo iko chonjo?
Good.
Exactly. So he is dealing with the gypsums again. The work continues as normal. The gypsum, because we have some of the rooms here which have not yet been covered with the gypsum, as the skimming guy could just make sure that you're going to be skimming it once and for all and getting out from here. So starting with bedroom number 4. It had not been finished, this kind of the zone here, so they have to make sure they're going to be finishing it up and also skim it to make sure you're going to be having other things to continue. Bedroom number 3 also, you can now see it's the same. So it's going to be having the same area, the same thing here, to make sure you're going to be having a snake light that they're going to be running all around to make it happen. So bedroom number 2 also, they are inside here to make sure you're going to be having some 2-3 things here to do with it, to make sure. Hello, Mambo vipi? This is now Rastaman Konka the Babylon. Mambo iko chonjo? Kazi na songa. Exactly. Mmeconnect stima kweli? Ama hata mcharge leo? Oh, ziko sawa. Zilichajiwa. Exactly. I'm talking about, you understand, this kind of the machines are rechargeable. I was asking about if they have to look for electricity so they can just use it in terms of charging here. So he's making sure that everything is getting to the coast route as it's just going to be measuring, and also placing this kind of the gypsum more meticulous to make sure they're going to be covering some of the sections. And they're going to be finishing it up so they can just join themselves to make sure we're going to be skimming all over. Talk about, we're going to be having some of the tapes that are going to be coming through, and after doing the taping, they're going to be now continuing with other things coming forward here. So it's one-man army whenever it comes here, because there are two of them who are doing this kind of the gypsum. The real engineer who was there, he has sent them because they are both in the same party to make it happen. So he's making sure they're going to be cutting some of the small ones here, and he's the one who is cutting, so as the other person there is now placing them where necessary. So we're going to be finishing up this kind of the gypsum, and also now start the tiling, which is going to be coming next week. And I understand next week how things going to be coming at that kind of the point, and everything will just be happening so meticulous here. So it's the work that is continuous, and everything will just be rhyming and going on one. So back to, I have another guy here. Hi, man.
Hi.
I've not yet recognized your presence.
Yeah, okay.
How is everything?
Everything is
fine.
fine.
The work, the hands are looking like something else.
Yeah,
so
no
the work
problem.
is working here.
The work is working.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's part of the program always, and always part of the team here to make sure we're going to be coming out one-on-one. You can introduce yourself, man.
Yes,
Get
guys,
a shout out here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome back to It Is Again to YouTube channel.
Exactly.
It goes by the name Lucas the Traveler.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, because we are just here to make sure that everything is just taking place.
Exactly.
And everything has
moving.
to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are moving.
We are
We are
moving.
not stuck at the same position.
Yeah.
So go support and subscribe, like, share, comment, and is part of the team to make sure everything gonna be getting forward. We have to push each other and also help each other to move and make sure they're gonna be getting where the brim point is. And it's called Lucas the Traveler. Lucas as normal English, and the Traveler double L, meaning at the Traveler there. Exactly. And you can just get him out, check him out, subscribe, like, share, and comment. As more as we join, as more as we talk about the team is being strong, and this is the way forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Exactly. The work continues as normal. So I'm taking round a bit to the biogas there, and understand what's really popping out from the biogas structure, as everything is moving so fantastic here. The pump has withdrawn a lot of water from this kind of the hole here, and it was a bit full, but by now it's gonna be in a crazy part. But the machine is very fantastic. I don't know, there's no water, so it cannot pump. So we are still heaping here with much of the cow dung, and as normal, as you understand, this is the work that we're going to be doing. Hiyo utakula kweli? Ni ya kukula? Oh, mama amesema ni ya kukula. Guys, this is one, we can talk about one cassava that is bringing this kind of the vibe here. So you can now see the German we're going to be eating here. Yeah, look at it. Very big one. Yeah, we have so big cassava because, yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Iko sawa?
Very sweet.
Very sweet, eh?
Very sweet.
Exactly. So guys, this is the normality. So this is how we're gonna be getting them here. So even cassava, it depends with talk about the soil, the soil structure, and also the fertility of the soil. When you can now see this kind of the soil, it's very dark. It means that it has so much of the manure, and the fertility is very high for it to produce so many of them, like the way you can now see. And even digging, you have to dig a very big hole to make sure that you're gonna be you can now see how big this kind of the stump is. Nini mihogo. Chemusho, si ndio? Yeah, we have to boil some of this kind of the cassavas here. So back to this kind of the structure. So guys, you can now see, and they have already plastered this kind of an area, and if you want, you can just go inside here, and everything's so fantastic. Let's try our best here to make sure we're going to be getting inside. This is like a bank, I'm telling you. And when you come inside here, coming out, it might be a problem, eh? So it is securitized. Hey, so look at inside here. Oh, first coat. Hey, guys. Guys, it is a house, and they have already done something called fast coating, and you can now see how the bricks are arranging themselves inside here. It's like a cave, and very soft. Oh, this is where now the gas is going to be getting out from.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is an inlet.
This
This is an inlet of the cow dung.
Yeah.
So it has to be filled full. So you can now see how bigger this kind of the structure is, and it will be filled full. And you understand one thing, and one property that's coming out from here is that this kind of the inlet, it's coming to the downer surface, as the one that is on top is getting through this kind of a passway. So it means that this kind of the upper section that is now starting with this kind of the bricks that are lying will now be accumulating and getting a lot of gas. That this kind of the gas now going to be penetrating through this kind of a nozzle and getting to the kitchen premises. So it's one of the good surface, very buried, and I think about not hot, the room temperature, and I think that's why they are enclosing it from the top to have a room temperature that will make it sure that everything is getting good. So you're gonna be plastering again?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be now plastering the normal.
Plaster.
Then you apply again the.
Then you apply again. Then we brush again.
Then we plaster again. So how many plaster? Two plasters.
Two plasters.
And two wash.
Plastic coat. Wash. Then you plaster. Then
Wash.
Then
you plaster.
Then
So
you
as
wash
this
again.
kind of the gas cannot leak. Exactly. So to the surface, and the same applies to here, or here it's just a plaster.
Plaster.
It's just a plaster. And you unaweka nilo.
Yeah.
Oh, lazima iko nilo.
Lazima tuweke nil. Batini ya brush.
Oh, na brush.
Kana brush.
Oh, like this one.
Sababu ya waterproof.
Oh, waterproof. Oh, yeah. So guys, we might be talking here, and you can think about we are in inside a pot. But we are inside a pot, by the way. And it's a very good structure, and nobody can even recognize where you are coming from. So you can penetrate like, hey, guys, hey, it's a very good area for you. You can have a girlfriend inside here. Yeah. You can enjoy the life. Akia Mungu, the life is meticulous. So let me get out. So I cannot have a moose inside here and talk about. I can change. Hello. Ow. Yeah. Ow. Mambo. Ow. Yeah, man. Muko fiti? Everything's so nice here. So the dogs are always talking about, where were you? Come on. He's talking about where was I? And where am I coming from? You know, everything's so funny. You know, you understand the wolves. That's how they do much of their own stuffs here. So my dog can fly very nice. So guys, the work continues as normal. As I ever told you that we don't have much of the hesitation. Watch. It can even bite me. Acha. It can even bite you a bit. So everything is just running good as we are going on and on. So a bit we're going to be getting to the charcoal here. Not even charcoal, some of the bricks here, to understand what's really roaming out from the bricking system. As I told you that after 24 hours, which is today, it's gonna be 24 hours whenever it comes to 36 good hours, and 36 good hours the talk about this kind of the heat or the burning, the way it was burnt. Now the heat is gonna be reaching to the top, and I want to show you an example, because here it's already very, very cool. Even you can enter, there's nothing. It's very, very cool. Even there's nothing can just happen here. So everything is cool. But now from the middle to the top, you can never attempt. So even to the top here, let me show you an example. What I always mean, Let me show you an example. So here, we shall just go up with this kind of the tree, and I show you an example. What's really happening. You can now see to the top. You can now see how this kind of the stuffs have got fire, and I want to show you an example a bit, because the fire can even come out. An example from this kind of the area. This kind of the stuffs here, they're still not burnt. So when I put them inside here, they will get fire. Let me show you something here. So the fire will just lit, huh? And you can now see everything up here. It has gone crazy. So every brick here, it has got burnt. You can now see the color has changed meticulously because the bricks now, they have been burnt completely. The whole kiln is burnt completely, and even I might have this kind of the camera getting much of the madness here about gonna be heating much because of the heat that is on top here. So you can now see the smoke is now coming out. The heat that is here, you can never even step here a single step. It means that this is a very dangerous zone whenever it comes to the talk about security, and also whenever it comes to for somebody's healthy purposes, because here the heat that is here, it's the heat that was down there, so it has been transferred convectionally and radiationally and convectionally up to the top area, whereby now all these kind of the bricks at the top have been burnt completely and they have changed the color into another different color. Still they are so hot, and I'm talking about if God can just listen to this kind of the way I'm speaking, it can just get us the rain. If the rain gonna be raining, it can now start cooling it effectively from right now from the top getting down, which will be at least, but even that rain, it cannot do anything if it's not raining for like 3 good hours. And if it's not 3 good hours, it cannot do anything. Even if it rains 3 hours, there's nothing can just happen here, because already the bricks are burnt, and we're going to be looking forward to have another staff to make sure we're going to be burning another kiln, as they're going to be formulating much of the other bricks coming out. So that is what I always talk about. This is the technology that much of the people are using. Every kind of the country, every kind of the people, they have different ways of burning this kind of the bricks, depending to the technology you're going to be having. Some of them, they enclose this way, and they burnt them completely in an enclosed system. Like they can heap and inside, talk about a furnace, and they can just heat them using electricity. Some of them can use firewood, but they want to heat them completely. So it depends. As here, we are doing it the way it's. Let me show you from the sides, because we don't leave the sides also are not burnt. You can even see, even outside, it's burnt completely, and it's not hot by now, because already it's now cool, and there's nothing can even happen. It's already cool from this kind of an area, because I said that where we put the charcoal dust, it was from this kind of the zone here. So to the top, it's now hotter, but to the bottom, it's now cool effectively here. So these are how they have been burnt completely up to outside. You can now see up to outside. So it's something that whenever you have some fire, you can even see this is a whole brick. It has already got burnt, and it has already changed the color. So it means that this kind of the people are doing this kind of the work, they are meticulous. This is a whole brick, and it has been burnt completely. You can now see it has been burnt completely. So it means that the people who are doing this kind of the work, they should be acknowledged, and also having that kind of we can call it experience of making it happen, because the firewood also, they are going like safari rally. I had so many firewood heaped here, but right now they are a bit low, and even here there was so many firewood, but still we have much of the firewood here that I can burn the second kiln and up to the complete mission. And it's the good thing that whenever I cut much of the trees, I always plant. Even right now I have 300 trees for me to plant. These trees here, they give me much of the best momentum, because I planted these trees when I was chased from my work. When I was told that Gintu, you are no longer here. I have a history of this kind of the trees, the whole of them till the top side, and I can just talk about they have a history with me when I was told that there's no more of you in this kind of an area. So you can relate to what I talk about. So those, when I see those kind of the trees, I remember it was the same day I went and bought the trees to have a history in my life, and that's what I'm doing to make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So we are still on it. If you want to be supporting Gintu, support Gintu. So you can just make sure you're going to be buying much of the tiles also, so you can just complete the whole house and make it happen. So also the skimming, I think how many bags have remained, bro?
Just 2 only.
Oh, 2 bags only.
Yeah.
Oh my living God, I only have 2 bags.
And we need some like 10 bags.
We need like 10
outside.
Oh, 10 outside.
Yeah. That is for
One,
the first
one,
coat.
one is 1600.
1600.
So it means that 10, 16,000.
Yes.
Approximately 130 US dollars
Exactly. When we convert it.
when you convert it.
Yeah, and that's 10 bucks for just only for undercoat, and the first coat only.
First coat only.
The whole house.
Guys, when it comes to the finishing line,
Yeah.
I always say that support Ginto, I make it happen. And it's always a hard way for, and we have to go with it because we have to make it happen. Whatever comes and whatever dies, we have to go with it perpendicular. So also they are on it, and I'm going to be showing you whenever the final result will be coming out from this. And I appreciate much of the people supporting and talking about Ginto. Now this kind of the G castle should be looking the way it's going to be now looking like. Now it's going to be coming out very crazy, and it will be a white scarred. Gonna be coming from this kind of an area here. The environment now is gonna be Vamusing white, and I appreciate. Let's go with it and let's make it happen, and everything is just coming out more effective and also not contradicting anything. So support Ginto, support the Jiggers family, support whoever you want to support, so as you can just make sure that the life goes on more meticulous. I always talk about anybody you feel like you want to be supporting to be in such kind of a station. If Ginto has reached here, support other people also to reach where I am. And I don't also talk about, oh, you have to support only Ginto. No, support anybody whom you feel like he has to be like, and you can just talk about he has to go with the same direction as Ginto maybe is moving, and you can talk about, can you be like Ginto? Or not only, don't give only Ginto as an example, you can give anybody as an example and talk about I want you to be like this and I want you to be like that. Even Ginto has some of 2-3 mistakes that I do, and I correct myself and to the system and how everything is moving. And what I don't have is I don't give up. Whatever comes and whatever don't come, Ginto doesn't give up. And that's the life that we want to be teaching ourselves to go on with and make it happen. So keep it tuned, guys. Support Ginto, support the Jiggers family, support everybody who is intentionally talking about needs much of the help, so you can just make something come out effectively. We know there's so many people who want to be laughing, what they're going to be this, blushing our names, talking about this, tarnishing A, tarnishing B, tarnishing C, but at the end of the moment, we know what we are doing and coming out from it. And keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while. Guys, we are back to the lunch time, and they have already finished. Now you can now see the look of the house now, how it is, and this is the new look for the house, how it is. And we have now completed the one that was giving us much of the headache to the downer area, and gonna be sorting out the water. Maji yatatosha? Kuna mengine yako huko? Exactly. So we have a stock of water still inside there, and they're gonna be sorting out this kind of other people here, so they can just make sure that everything's so fantastic. And we have made it happen, and we are moving. So bado tarara na mbili yangu, si ndio? Sawa, tuendelee na kazi bana. Exactly. So we have to sort out much of the bills here and there to make sure that everything gonna be so good. I don't want disturbances sometimes. Oh, Ginto, where are you? A, B, C, D. We have to finish. Whenever you are finished, we sort it out immediately, and we solve this kind of the issues once and for all. So right now you can now see the structure, how it is. So this is the only hardcore that has remained, imagine. And I was about to talk about, oh my living God, why couldn't it finish this only this kind of the zones here? Because we have another, there's no stones here, so the only stones that we are going to be having are these ones here that are inside here, to make sure we're going to be sorting out this kind of the foundation inside here and sort it out effectively. So we are in the lunchtime edition, and I think the food is a bit different from how they want to be talking about. Mambo iko chonjo? Iko fiti? Yeah, the food is fooding here. Nani atapata? Nani hajapata? Huyu hapa. Wewe umepata? Lakini rice iko. Rice iko. Oh. Yeah. So bado huyo. Bado mmoja. Kila mtu apate bana. Kila mtu apate Yeah. Oh, kijiko ndo sasa kijiko bora chakula imefika bana. Kijiko sasa wewe enda pande hiyo, si unaweza waongelesha wakupatie. Yeah. So guys, they are talking about there's one spoon which is missing. We are talking about you can take a spade and do what is necessary because everything is fantastic. So we are in lunch time edition. We Magevo.
Yeah.
Mambo vipi sasa?
Safi kabisa.
Mambo iko chonjo?
Mambo iko chonjo.
Food iko safi? Safi. Tungangane nayo, si ndio?
Acha tule.
Safi. Unaonaje sasa msingi? Iko mbali sana.
Hakuna shida.
Hakuna shida, si ndio? Sasa kuna watu kesho watakuwa recruited. There are people will be recruited tomorrow to take this kind of the madam inside, but we will start with the loam soil. And we will dig much of the soil from different positions to heap inside here. And I think it will happen whenever we have already segmented and sectioned all the rooms, and they will be just so be able, so you can just identify this is a cube, this is a cube, this is a cube, and identify on how we're going to be placing much over the maram inside there. So this is part of the maram that we're going to be using. And here it's also the security pattern. I think tomorrow I'll bring some of the timber bags, and we seal this kind of the area because you're going to be having insecurity because there's a pathway that's passing there, and we don't have this kind of you understand, whenever somebody can fall inside there, even if you will be a drunkard person, people talk about, oh, it's YouTube which is doing some construction here, oh, we're going to be doing something here. We have to understand. So to prevent such kind of the miseries and some stupid 2-3 rumors that are going to be coming out, I'll make sure that tomorrow we're going to be having some of the trees here, so you can just see this kind of an area, and we go with our project together and make it happen. We don't want this kind of disturbance. We understand whenever it comes to humanity, and people, whenever they know that, oh, this kind of the person maybe is above us or is this way, so they have to make sure they're going to be declining you with whatever means they will look for, so they can just decline you where necessary. So to this kind of an area, again, they're still on it, and I told them, but they are moving, they're not in the same position, and it will be a bit, and guys, here it will be more expensive than what I would think about because of the hardcore, and I think it will be a bit difficult. This is the hardcore that are coming out from here. Already the maram which is used in terms of the road construction, very meticulous in Roman roads, and talk about Makalan roads. This kind of the maram that's being used here. So everything is fantastic. They're going to be doing whatever is necessary, and also we move together and make it happen. So even I see some of the jembes here are becoming a problem, and they have some of the matchbox here. I think you understand, some weeds here are going to be burnt here fantastically. So everything's fantastic. Whatever amuses you and whatever makes you to feel good and to feel like you can just work, something that energizes you like food, and even if it's going to be exercising and making you to be energetic enough, everything is possible, and we're going to be making it happen. Exactly. So I appreciate much of the people being tuned also, and we ever come to a close and talk about this is the way forward, we're going to be doing it, and that's the most effective way that we're going to be doing here. So guys, hey, mambo uko chonjo guys, it has look at this kind, how many hardcore, there are so many, and they've been arranged meticulously, and you can now see, and even you can count and talk about this is what I was talking about. Oh my living God, we need to finish because a bit getting as crazy at this kind of the moment, and hey guys, even the people who are just passing through the road there, they're just talking about it's a very, very tall, and what about if it could be more room like this one to the down? If it could be a G castle I'll be constructing here, my friend, it could be having an underground already, and it's something which is a bit bigger, and they need to make sure they're going to be bulking here much of there, because they cannot start the brick laying immediately if it's not formulated in a way that we're going to be having all bulking it and compressing. So that's where we are just heading. I think after finishing this kind of the foundation, that's where we are heading to. We have to backfill the whole of this kind of the zone to make sure that we're going to be getting something which is very decent, and also using it in a way that you can just step on top as you're going to be doing the construction. So it's a bit smaller room, but a bit headaching as you're going to be supporting, guys. And I talk about please, if you are just touched with this kind of the Jiggers family a bit, you can just support us to just make it happen, because the food is not even counted for. The food is from my own courtesy, and I say it one-on-one, the food is my courtesy. Nobody is talking about we're going to buy this kind of the food. food. No, this is my card because I feed much of the people to my home, and also I have, if it's coming to food, I can just talk about the food is not a problem whenever it comes to me. As we're going to be supporting us and making it happen, the food will be available and much more other things will be available. We have much of 2-3 bills we're going to be sorting out, but everything going to be coming to every channel how it comes here. So after finishing the luncheon here, and we're going to be moving towards making sure we're going to be getting to the section to talk about all the section, because there's another foundation here a bit, and another one going down, and another one there. So we're going to be making sure we're going to be subjecting them well, effective, and make sure that everything is absolutely put in place. You understand, still we're going to be needing like a whole track, but we have a decent method that they're going to be using. But the outer ones, it could be full the way it is, but now the inner ones that are just remaining inside here, we're going to be subjecting them using the bricks from inside to make sure we're going to be bulking it with much of the soil, and also leveling it up to make sure that everything will be so fantastic. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the thing going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and making it happen. So let's sort it out as we're going to be solving much of the matters here. Muramutache mwebe bino ni byangu sibisokiri. O tora sokiri o sio sokiri. O bado. Safi. Sasa mtapiga plasta?
Sasa ndani bado.
Oh, sasa za ndani dakika ngapi itachukua? Kwani inakuja mpaka juu ama umesema ni level tu?
Inakuja mpaka juu.
Hapana. Uliza nani Victor kwambie. Seti lazima ifike juu. Ama ni aje Victor tumesema? Naona hiyo mawe. Haitafika juu. Lakini tofali itafika juu. Imenikana na so ndio nawaambia hii nani inajenga tu level. Yenye level yenye iko level in a way that brick tofali zitapangwa juu. Sasa tofali ndio zitafikisha juu. Sio kama tuna ni mbili ama ni moja. Mbili. Au mbili. Ndio kwa pana kidogo. Au afu juu itarudingi korogewe. Oh, exactly. So we're going to be looking for the best method for us to do, so you can just make sure that this kind of the house is coming out more effective here. So they have taken a lot of time, and that's why you see this kind of the team is subjected to this kind of the work to make it coming out more fantastic here. So guys, keep it tuned. Still, we're going to be getting it into in touch, and after lunch, they're going to be embarking to the work and making it happen. That's why I said I have to give the food back to the center. As we're going to be serving them the food here, it will be more effective for them to eat and come back to the work immediately than going to maybe somewhere. That's why I talk about keep on pressing. Let's level it up. If you're touched, support us to make it happen. Keep it tuned. And I want nataka nikuulize kitu moja. Uko na ID? Hauna kipande?
Nilikuwa nayo lakini nilipotea.
Ilipotea?
Lakini namba za ID nilikuwa nazo kwa kichwa.
Uko unazijua? Namba za ID unazijua? So I'm asking about the identification card. Mke wako ako nayo? Hana ID? So the whole family doesn't have an ID. So what I'm going to be looking is I will look for a person who is dealing with the identification cards and apply a new one, because you have already you are registered. If you are registered, you are registered.
So what you do, just take them to Migori Huduma Center.
Yeah.
They will renew their national ID with 2,000 shillings each.
Exactly.
And it will only take 7 days.
7 days.
And they will come back.
Exactly.
It will come back.
So they will take something called SHA, which will help them to pay the hospital bills.
So they pay hospital bill. Then for you now, if somebody will support, will be either supporting like cash, like the way they are staying for that private house.
Exactly.
But for the SHA, we'll cater for these people.
Yeah, sure.
Very well.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
you know, even right now, we are looking forward to look for also whoever can help, because the first time that they went to the hospital, it was so expensive in a way that they had to look for the people who will cater for that kind of the bill. Even they had to look for alternative cards to pay for them to be treated there. So again, right now it cannot happen because they have already done it, and it will be so effective. So that's why I'm asking about the identification cards, so you can just understand what's going to be the next portfolio, what's going to be falling apart, and what's going to be coming on, because we want to understand it effectively from this kind of the spot. Exactly.
So let's. So
at least it's healing.
Working.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
it's a bit healing. And yeah, he is healing and also is now stable enough to talk and also walk. Exactly.
Let me see you. So confirm if these ones
the thumbs
if they're working.
Yeah, they're working. Yeah. They're gonna be good.
He will check.
Yeah, the thumb will be good.
And the shower will.
Yeah, the thumb are good. So you'll just wash it a bit with spirit.
This is the same sickness that you remember Omari.
Exactly.
Omari.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
It's the same.
Sickness?
It's the same.
Oburembo no be Omari arenge nabo.
Alikufanga.
Omari yuko. But up to date, the legs have been swollen. The head, he has become mad. Yeah. Yeah, it can make you mad, and also it makes you very hungry and angry at the same time. So that disease is very dangerous. It can tamper with your brain.
There's hypothalamus and the cerebrums. And to your head, and you'll start losing memory. And also, after losing the memory, it will land into something like a trauma, in a way that he or she will look like a mad person. And anything, he can just walk, he can do whatever. He can send, the brain can send him to walk from here to Migori, he can go. Because it's a disease that is very, very dangerous. He can speak on himself because he doesn't have that control and the memory sense to sense that, okay, what I'm doing is not necessary. So it's a disease that if it's not treated, and I said it you know, in the past time, whenever we had a colonial government, talk about when Kenya was being colonized. And you understand, in Mount Kenya, a place called Murang'a. Murang'a County is part of the it's a Mount Kenya region, whereby most of the freedom fighters were coming from, including Dedan Kimathi, including Jomo Kenyatta. All of those kind of the people who are fighting for independence in Kenya. So this kind of the disease was planted in Murang'a. It was like a Cold War. Up to date, the poor and the poverty families, they have the disease. Talk about Jiggers. They were planted in Murang'a. Up to date, it's there. And I'm telling you that as a fact. So it was used as a Cold War to stop these people from fighting the Europeans. And it affects the legs. They will not walk. Yeah. You have to understand. And it will, whenever you don't know the treatment, it will lead up to the cerebellum and talk about the common oblongata and the medulla oblongata, which is the hypothalamus that leads to posture. They will just fade up. And you can find somebody is having a stroke. You can find somebody cannot walk, you cannot run. There's no gorilla war. So they had to be defeated because of what? This kind of the disease was planted in Murang'a. So they can just make sure that other people are just put down with an immediate effect. And it was a very bad disease at that kind of the time. And I can say it at the fact here, like up to date, whenever you go to the poorest families, because not each and every kind of the county doesn't have the poor people. They are there in a way that there are people who cannot even afford a mattress. There are people who cannot afford a meal a day in each and every kind of the position. So at that kind of an effect, we can just come to the conclusion that still we'll have it. Like if Mr. Magabo could be in such kind of a pathetic background.
Magabo?
Yeah. If he could be...
I've been hearing of Magabo.
No, there's another Magabo who is
mad,
mentally.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Exactly. He's from the same family members. Exactly, family members. Because the same name reflects the ancestral manner. And at that kind of the epilogue, I can come to the conclusion here, talking about it's a disease that we had to treat it with an immediate effect, and also they have to stay in the hospital till further notice, in a way that even the hospital will find it like it's better now they go home or they do something. But when I'm still at the construction, I want to make sure that it's going to be getting so faster in a way that I'm going to be getting them to be in touch whenever they're going to be getting out of the hospital. That's what I'm just looking forward to up to. And that's what the matter of this kind of the essential matter will be. So back to him, like I'm going to be checking to the Huduma Center, check the fingerprints, get the talk about the identification card, then also we can just process the SHA and much more.
Also
they can be catered for. Exactly.
On a birth certificate?
No, who could be there for it?
Yeah, true.
Because it reached at a time, there were even like mad people in the society. Now that's why they were started to be used in a way that a person can come and lease with 100 shillings a land, and you can say that, yeah, you continue, because that's money is money. That's what is coming out.
What I can promise you,
yeah,
from on, you know, Monday we have a case.
Exactly.
That one is holding me.
Yeah.
But after Monday, I'll be working on the birth certificates of the. Ukona watoto wangapi?
What 5.
So wa kwanza ko
Tanzania.
Okay, we will deal with the
whoever
one,
is available.
who is
Yeah.
available.
We will get to them. There's no
in birth
problem.
certificates, you can just leave it on me.
Exactly.
That I can work on it because they are my friends working at Kenya there, and you know this is Kenya.
Yeah.
So I know how I'll talk with, to them.
Yeah.
I'll get a birth certificate
Exactly.
within 2 days.
That's very best.
Yeah. So when they get the birth certificate, they'll be fixed in.
Yeah, exactly. Into the
And
SHA.
and you know then there is a new rule for SHA.
You have to pay the whole year.
So we cannot say how much will be paid, but there are some questions that you are being given by the government.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like where do you come from?
Yeah.
How many houses do you have? How many cows? You know, for me, I'm paying 1,050 SHA per month, but my mom is paying 350. So these people, we will try to coach them. When they're being asked, how many are you, where do you stay, what do you do for a living, they will say a very low life that at least they can be paying.
So how are we going to be getting him to talk about a very high life because he understands himself where he's come from?
Exactly.
But at that point you can understand, he might talk about you're going to be having a bungalow here.
Yeah,
And he can talk about, I have a bungalow.
And I have very big acres. And
I have more than 8 acres here,
Yeah.
and it will be a bigger problem. Eh?
Yeah.
And I have 3 cows, I have this and that. No, just say the simple life that you are, so
You
you
are.
can just be subjected into the care of the cats, and you will just withstand that kind of the treatment.
Exactly.
That's the best way for us to go, bro. And that's what we are just here to make it happen. And I appreciate much of the moment for you coming here. You can just give yourself a shout out.
Hello guys, Chris the Great 899 here. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment. Yeah. And I'm looking for watching hour.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Gintu, for what you are doing here. I can tell you, you are a God sent.
Exactly.
This is not easy.
Yes, exactly.
You know, here now you are fighting with the altars.
Yeah,
Family altars that they are holding them there,
Exactly.
not to progress. Now they are
Exactly.
working on you.
Exactly.
So I must pray for you.
Thank you.
And we must also pray for this building.
Alhamdulillah.
We must also pray for, there is somebody seated there. The heart wants to give, but he don't feel like. Because the altar are fighting.
Come here.
In the
come
name
here.
of Jesus, come here, we need you.
Oh, come here.
Yeah, we need you so that you can help this man.
Thank you very much. Guys, it's one of the wonderful day we have here, and God has granted us again, and we say that thank you very much for this kind of the opportunity. We have just gathered here, and I appreciate much of the people following, and we'll talk about going to be supporting this kind of the family to make it happen. Exactly, bro. Thank you very much, bro.
For me, I think after Monday I'll be free.
Yeah.
I'll know what I will bring.
Exactly.
Yeah, I must chip in. I must then tell you, come pick these 100 bricks are here.
Thank you.
Or these 5 cements.
Exactly.
But for now, I'm dealing with this case after it has been after it has been taken off.
Yeah.
Now I'm free.
Thank
but
you.
for me, my promise is I'm going to work on the birth
Exactly.
certificates.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Back to you now. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you so much. Let me
Exactly.
continue.
So I have Mr. Magabo here. Mr. Magabo.
Yeah.
Now unaonaje sasa nyumba sahi?
Nyumba naona inaendelea.
Inaendelea vizuri, si ndio? Tunasonga.
Naona tunasonga.
Yeah, we are now moving, guys, and this is the house. Fanya hivi hapa. Mambo iko chonjo.
Chonjo.
Exactly. The house is moving like safari rally, and we are making it happen at this kind of the fantastic module. And keep on supporting us so as we can just make it happen. This is it, and we are now on it to make it happening at this kind of the portfolio. Keep it tuned. Back to you in a short while. Guys, back again at the G Castle a bit here, and we are now checking on how now the G Castle a bit going to be reflecting a bit here, and this is how it's going to be. So you can now see a bit we are now moving, and the only thing that's giving us a bit a headache is on top here, but we're going to be looking forward to make sure that the top here going to be having something so nice and vamosively coming out very awesome here. So the work continues. It's the evening, and much of the work is going to be closed here, and everything is just happening to be so perpendicular. So the dogs are stretching to make sure they're going to be waking up and waiting for much of the food to come. So that's the most thing that we're going to be talking about at this kind of the time, and everything is moving. So today we're going to be having much of the motorbikes here, and somebody can talk about, oh, Gintu, do you have some party here? No party, no party right now here, but everything is so fantastic here. So I have one of the gentlemen who has not yet introduced himself, but I've got him here. He was no longer along at the site a bit. How, man?
I'm doing good.
How is everything?
I'm doing fantastic.
How is
well.
life?
Life, just soldiering on with life.
Exactly, that's
Yes.
very meticulous. So introduce yourself, man.
Yes, I go by the name Max the Vet.
Max
That's
the
my-
Vet.
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel name.
Exactly.
Yes, where I'm doing different logs about village life, charity, cooking, everything.
Everything
as
is-
long as it is in the village setup.
So it's a compilation.
Yes, I'm combining everything.
Is a specific niche
Yeah.
that has a compilation of all.
Of all things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a jack of all trades.
Yes. Jack of all. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that is what is happening in that side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guys, go check him out, and also he's a content creator, and is able to make it happen. You're gonna be enjoying the content, and also support, subscribe, like, share, comment, and make sure that you're gonna be watching the video till the end, as you're gonna be knowing what's gonna be coming out, what's trending from him, what's trending. You can see a person and talk about, oh, this person is he looking this way, but when you get inside, you'll find the very meticulous content inside there, and you can just be happy to make it happen. Also, make it happen, bro. So we are always together like one.
Sawa,
Exactly.
thank you.
So here we go, guys, and support each and every person. And you'll just, if you want to be treating much of the cows, you want to understand the injection, you want to understand the cucumberization of dogs, you want the cucumberization of some animals, it will just teach you on how to tinge, and how that if you want it to make sure you're gonna be measuring a 90 degree, he understands most about the cows. Yeah, exactly. So he can just tell you on how you understand even this kind of the things they need, the posture, and the posture is the one that makes you to measure where it's necessary. Yeah, so he can just tell you how the cows can just be measuring 90 degree. Exactly. So everything is getting forward. Keep it tuned, because we're gonna be framing back here. Up and down, ushapiga plaster.
Nishapiga lakini raundi ya kwanza bado.
All round 1. So hiyo ingine ni round 2.
Nyingine raundi.
Woo! Hey, the echo inside there is not a problem. So guys, this is what we were talking about. So they're gonna be laying down this kind of the metals here, the steels, to make sure they're gonna be concreting here the ballast, which gonna be a bit inch ngapi? 4 inches.
Three.
Only 3 inches. So it cannot be so heavy, yeah? So they're going to be carrying each and every kind of the box, and they will be placing them here to make sure they're going to be covering the whole of this kind of the surface. That's what I was ever meaning, talking about how everything going to be moving at this kind of the fantastic module. So it's a way that we are just continuing to handle it, and I see a very highly concentrated solution here, and a mixture. I talk about the ratio is very highly concentrated here, and they're going to be mixing it, coming out more fantastic to make sure that everything going to be coming out so effective here. So also they're going to be now doing what is necessary here, as they're going to be understanding what's going to be coming out. So sasa utainua kidogo ama itakaa tu chini hivyo
Nitaweka spacer.
kokoto
Spacer.
or uko na spacers ama nitaweka kokoto? Oh, kokoto. Yeah, exactly. They should have some of the spacers here to make sure that everything's off. So these are the handles, eh? Exactly.
Ya kushika kama
Yeah, za kushika, exactly, to get them so they can just carry it to the other. So kesho itakuwa tayari
kesho.
ama how many days does it dry up?
21 days.
21 days. 21 days. So we are still here. 21 days. It's like we are concreting a story building. That's very awesome. So guys, the work continues. They're going to be mixing much of the concrete here, and I see Lucas the Traveler is part of the team to make it happen here, and everything has to follow the channel, and we like about it. So as everybody can get a small wage of a day and talk about that's more effective and handling it more effective here. So they're gonna be finishing it up. I've just updated you what we're gonna be coming out from this kind of the point. I'm gonna be rushing back to the Jiggers family site and also the hospital to check on those kind of the people who are just sick there, and also understand what we're gonna be coming up. Also, I've been invited for a bit of fundraising. There's a person who is having a problem at the village here, and she's not eating, so she has some of the bladders, and she's going to be getting further treatment. We're going to be rushing there also to check upon it, because we should be helping ourselves here, because this is called humanity. And if somebody is asking for help and you have a little bit of support, we can just help to make sure that everything is so effective coming out here. So right now there's not much of the tension again. We can just pass through here, but we are so sensitive about this one here, because if we tamper with this one, we are now making things to be so hard here. So all the stuffs are now naturally made, and I think it's going to be plastered, and they're going to be applying some of the talk about the cement, which is mixed with water terribly and makes it stirred very much, and talk about they're going to be applying it to make sure they're going to be so smooth enough. So the work continues as normal, and I'll be updating you. The bricks are so good and everything is so fantastic after this kind of the time. So we have 48 good hours of the bricks already. We are now waiting for only the rain to rain, so you can just make sure that the other stuffs are coming out more effective. So I'm going to be coming to you in a short while, as I'm going to be rushing to the hospital to check what is coming out from there. And keep tuned, keep it locked. I'm going to be passing once and everybody can just say that hello, as we're going to be talking about. We're going to be moving. This is now the talking about the plumber. How are you, man?
Okay.
Everything is fantastic.
Yeah.
I have recognized your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, I like, hi, man.
Hi.
What's up, man?
I'm fine.
Everything is good.
I'm back again.
How do you see the environment?
Man.
I removed this tree, yeah? It is bringing some harm
Nah,
here.
nah, this one
Huh?
should stay.
Should stay. Hi.
All
This
is good.
opinion poll.
All is good.
Hi, man. What's up?
Hi, what's up?
Chris the Great.
Chris the Great.
I see you are checking on how the revenue is.
I'm
You have
checking
made
the
money, my
revenue.
friend. You are making money. Huh? You are making money, my friend.
I'm making money.
You are making money.
Ah,
Yeah, that's so many dollars there.
There are so many dollars.
I've seen, so even if something like more than $2, that's enough money for a day. Is it for a day or
This is for the whole month.
for the whole month?
But you know my
You have a long way to go.
yeah, you know, anyway.
It's large money, but
Yeah.
when compared to Kenya shillings,
It's little.
and not even in US dollars, guys, he's lying. Euros.
In euros. But we are being paid in euros.
No, it's you to decide.
Uh-huh.
No, that is just a reflection that is there.
Hey.
Not that it's something which is permanent there. You can just change it into Kenya shillings.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, man. What's up?
Yes,
This is
I'm
Chris the
doing
Great, so support
Chris
watch
the
and
Great,
make it
yeah.
happen. Eh?
Yeah,
Exactly.
subscribe.
We have
Max the vet.
Max the Vet again here. So guys, support them, and also let's vamoose and make it happen. Keep it tuned. I'm gonna be back to you in a short while.
Yeah, true.
Guys, the good fact is at this kind of the well here, we are at 5 feet, and this is the condition. You can see the hardcore that are coming from inside here. So a bit, they're trying their best, and you understand it's a borehole, and it will be so effective whenever we're going to be finishing it up. It will help us to water this kind of the house. It will be just withdrawing much of the water and just watering the house. It will be so effective here. And you understand, whenever it comes to this kind of the scenarios here, we have to understand how everything is coming, and also to consider them a bit, and making sure that they're the people who knows about this kind of. I've ever been using and working with this kind of the man here for much of you can understand the toilets for the vulnerables. He was the one who was digging them, and I know him and I understand much of the things about it. So asante sana. Exactly. So I was paying about a bit of the money there to make sure they're going to be squeezing with it and making it happen, but I've now remained bankrupt. I'm just remaining with 5,000 Kenya shillings here only. I don't think if tomorrow going to be having much of the work. If you're going to be supporting Gintu, support us, because I don't know if tomorrow going to be coming back to the work, because there's no money that's remaining here to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So guys, keep on tuned, keep on subscribing, liking and sharing, so you can just have much of the things coming. I'm just begging to you, if you're going to be supporting us, support us, and it's underscore Gintu, and back again, Samson Gintu Sigano. If you're going to be supporting with the any kind of Western Union, going to be not working much effective to me, you can just talk about MoneyGram or Ria Money or other money, and I can just receive very meticulous, and it will be so effective. And or you can just use Sendwave or any kind of the way apart from Western Union, and you can just use MoneyGram, and you can just support me, or you can just use my sister's account. Sometimes you're going to be having at hanging sometimes, and or Mayani or Mogesi, any, and they can just reach it to me with an immediate effect. So appreciation to you, and talk about kudos, and everything is just happening so meticulous, as we're going to be ending up this kind of the video from this kind of the Kariba and talking about. Thank you very much. So this is where we have just reached, but this kind of the inner walls, talk about the inner foundation here. They're going to be having the screeding only, and also starting from there with the bricks direct, and that's the strategic we're going to be getting on with. Talk about the inner foundation. They're going to be the way they are right now here, and we are now done with this kind of the position, as we're going to be winding up this rule of today, and saying that thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned and locked in, because this is the meticulous way, and people are now just winding up talking about the money. It's now money time, and everyone will be getting his own money, and talk about let's vanish from this kind of the position. Keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while after everything is coming to you in this position. And this is the end. Keep on supporting, subscribe, like, share, comment. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bye. Now talking bye, everybody's bye. Bye. Exactly. So guys, we are ending it up. Mambo vipi? Exactly. So guys, even right now it's going to be looking so awesome here, and somebody can just talk about how it's now looking very awesome. Now even the foundation can just talk about, oh, whoever going to be talking about the foundation ABCD. I see the person is looking at the money, and I was about, and it's just shaking. I don't know, everything is happening. So let it come to them, and everything going to be so fantastic. Whatever you have just worked for, you're going to be getting your own salary from it. Keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while. Tomorrow is another day. Support, so tomorrow you can just come back here. If we don't have much of the money again, we can talk about ABC. We have cement, we have the sand. It's only now sand, cement, and also the bricks. We have them already. What we are just needing is just labor money, and we can just make it happen coming out from this kind of deposition. Keep it tuned. Nioshe material. Huyo mwenye akona jembe yangu iko wapi? Niwekee kwa pikipiki manze. Niwekee kwa pikipiki. Hiyo sasa jembe. Guys, I came with a jembe here and they stole a jembe already, and I'm disgusted, very much disgusted. But I understand it's the way of how the things are going to be. I even bought another new jembe, and we have some of the spades here. We're going to be having our mom here. She's going to be now the person who's going to be she's going to be the one who's going to be keeping for us, and everything will be so safe. So I'll communicate to them tomorrow if the work is going to be there, or the engineer will communicate to them, and make sure that everybody going to be getting the rule, and where you're going to be working, at which kind of the time, at which kind of the rate, as you're going to be making it happen from this kind of the position here. So it's in an end here, as you're going to be folding this kind of the video and saying that thank you, whoever has been there, tuned, locked, and talking about Gimp. Let's go forward. Nani wewe kulipo hera? Na futi ni ya nani? Oni yako? Yeah. Sitaki nipoteze kitu yoyote hapa ba. Sasa hapo unadai shilingi ngapi? 55. Nipatie 500 basi. Sina. Hiyo ni ngapi? As you see, this is the whole money that's going per day. It's just 6,000, eh? Yeah, it's the whole money that's going per day. So you can understand when I'm talking about the money goes like a safari rally. We mean it, and that's what they're going to be talking about this kind of the time. So keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while, which is tomorrow.